It's that time of year, everybody. Happy Brolidays. If my guess is correct, by the time this video is released, Brawl Talk will already be confirmed, okay? And I'm pretty sure that Brawl Stars is having an update really soon, okay? We're gonna talk about that. And I also think Brawl Stars leaked their newest Brawler. So in this video, we're gonna reveal everything we know is coming in this update, as well as some things that we know are not coming in this update. First of all, there are two reasons why I think this update's happening soon. Obviously, if Brawl Stars wants to do Broladays, they're gonna have to do it soon, right? Because if they don't do it this weekend, that's gonna be next weekend, and that's just a little bit too close to the Broliday season on the 25th, right? Now, second, Brawl Stars recently posted this image of Ems reading a magazine, which has some interesting images on it. Piper is sharing love secrets. Apparently, Max and Meg are no longer friends. Lola is complaining about feeling like she's two completely different persons. There are hints of Mr. P's identity being revealed. And of course, Edgar's got some new black fingernail polish that he's definitely gonna want to try out. Most importantly though, how many socks does Spike have? Finally, somebody is asking the important questions. Well, one thing you'll notice on this magazine is that the issue number is 112, which a lot of people are speculating that Brawl Talk will be released on December 11th because of this, which it honestly just lines up perfectly with when we think the next update will be, because we need Broliday soon, right? And I think we'll potentially be getting 2 new brawlers. But before we talk about that, I wanted to give a big thank you to Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring this video. Rise of Kingdoms is a real-time strategy game that lets you build all kinds of different civilizations from all over the world. Click below to download and start building your civilization for free. You'll be able to choose from 12 civilizations that are heavily based off of countries from around the old world. Some include Rome, Germany, Japan, even the Vikings civilization. And what's cool is they each have their own types of soldiers, architectures, and commanders that you can level up, and you can even find cool items to make your armies as strong as you can, which you're gonna wanna do because if you're like me, you're gonna try and conquer other player civilizations. Now, different commanders and types of soldiers all have different skills and strengths to them, and going into battle with the right commander and troops takes some strategy, so I recommend you choose wisely. Another thing I love is that the overworld in this game is huge, so you will never have to worry about running out of land to try and explore and take over. You can also enter into alliances with other players on the map and participate in kingdom battles with them to take over entire other territories. There's even a competition between the 12 different civilizations going on right now, and in the final round, you get to vote between the Romans and the Vikings. You're gonna want to join this event because you'll actually have a chance to win awards such as like an iPhone 13 and AirPod Pros and even more. My vote is for the Vikings because I love Norway, or as the Vikings would say, "Jeg elsker Norge!" So download Rise of Kingdoms using the link in the description or the comment below, and if you use the code right here on the screen, you'll receive a special in-game gift that will significantly boost your progress. Sponsorships like this go a long way in helping support my channel, so I appreciate Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring this video. Now let's talk about the newest brawler I think is coming to Brawl Stars. Supercell recently posted a picture of Spike investigating a scene of a crime as a member of SBI, which I can only guess stands for Star Park Bureau of Investigation. Now you'll notice a few things that belong to certain brawlers in the game, okay? We have Ash's broom, there's a tip jar that Griff stole from his employees, we have a stick of dynamite that obviously belongs to Dynamite, and even some holes in the wall that are shaped like musical notes, which obviously came from Poco's guitar. More important than anything though is an outline on the floor of a missing body. Who does this body belong to? Well, if you look at the walls, you'll actually notice some family portraits of bots that actually kind of look similar to a lot of the bots that are currently in the game, specifically in Robo Rumble. Additionally, you'll notice one key piece of evidence found on a typewriter that says Scarf Ace by B13. Who is Scarf Ace? I wonder. By the way, this is actually officially Supercell merchandise. This is Edgar's scarf. But the real question is, who is B13? I can only assume that that's the name of a scriptwriter that belongs to the Brawlywood trio that is going to be coming into Brawl Stars. But that's not all the evidence that we have in this image though. We also see a photo of 2 bots wearing 3D glasses while sitting in movie theater seats and sharing a bucket of popcorn. This isn't the first time we've seen these glasses. Brawl Stars also released this image of Captain Crow as he's filming a movie for his newest Brawlywood release. There's King Surge fighting off helicopters in the background, a billboard ad for the newest movie featuring Lola in it, and here we have Squeakbuster Gale's van. And what's that in front of that van? More 3D glasses. I'm starting to think these 3D glasses are important somehow, but they don't stop here. In this image, we see Kong Surge as he's saving Lola from planes and helicopters, and Squeakbuster Gale's van is even seen down below, and so are some more 3D glasses. I think all of this is leading up to one of the biggest changes that Brawl Stars will ever see. That's right, guys, you're gonna wanna get your very own pair of 3D glasses because Brawl Stars is going 3D. Yeah. Or these 3D glasses belong to this camera bot who's filming the movie. That probably makes more sense. So is this cameraman the same B13 who wrote the movie about Scarf Ace? I definitely think it's possible, but if you ask me, I actually think there's going to be 2 new brawlers in this update, like they've actually done with previous Broliday updates in the past. You see, Brawl Stars has this tradition of giving gifts to its players leading up to Broliday. And last year we got Byron and Edgar in the same update, but Edgar was actually a free gift to everyone. And I think it's safe to say that that's probably gonna be what happens this year as well. I think B13 will be a new mythic brawler, and I think this camera bot riding in the helicopter will be an epic brawler that we will get for free as part of Brolidays. What could this camera bot's name be? I feel like what would make sense would be Cam, because, well, no reason. I can't think of a reason, but his name's Cam. If Cam is our newest brawler, there will be no doubt that he will be the second member of the Brawlerwood trio after Lola. Honestly, I don't know exactly what type of brawler will be put into the game for sure, but there are some game mechanics that are currently missing from Brawl Stars that I would actually really like to see be added into it. So here's my concept for Cam. Also, thank you to FreeFGP for coming up with this concept artwork. Cam would point his camera at the enemies for his main attack. That's pretty obvious, right? The camera would make them so nervous that they'd actually take damage. I don't know, it's kind of like Poco. He plays music and people get hurt from it. His camera hurts people. Now this mechanic would work very similar to like Amber, okay? He would actually have an ammo bar that would slowly go down over time, and I guess he would either run out of film over time, or maybe the camera's really, really heavy and his super weak arm, so he can only hold it up for a few seconds at a time. I don't know, I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but the idea would be that his range would be a little bit shorter than Amber's, and it would actually be a wider cone, and not quite like Poco's, but also not quite like Amber's, right? And then it would, of course, deal less damage. For Cam's super, I think it'd be really cool if he actually set off the flash for his camera, and that mixes up the controls for the enemies that get hit by it, because they'd be kind of like confused and dizzy or whatever, right? Maybe the movement controls would actually reverse, so if you go up, your brawler would actually start moving down, and left would be right, and or whatever they could do. They could do a lot of different things that would actually make it difficult to actually control your brawler. Maybe they just make it so your brawler aimlessly moves around in any direction until the effect actually wears off. Either way though, this would put enemies at a big disadvantage. Now for his gadget, he could recover health off of the damage that he deals for the next 3 seconds, or maybe he could actually set up a second camera that would kind of act as like a little turret, and that would deal a little bit of damage, similar to like Jesse's turret does, but it would deal less damage than Jesse's turret does. Now 1-star power idea would be like a lens focus, where it changes the attack from being like super wide to being a little bit narrower, but it would actually reach a longer distance. That could be really cool. Another star power could make so the enemies that get hit with his super are slowed as well. Like I said, I don't know if this brawler will actually be put into the game this update, but I really like the mechanics, and I've seen them in other games similar to Brawl Stars, and honestly, I just think that it's a matter of time before Brawl Stars adds some type of a brawler that messes with enemy controls. Another thing I think we can count on in this update are Broliday Skins. In this image, we actually see a black and white silent film with Lola and Spike in it, and if Bowler Hat Spike is a new skin, I will be buying that so fast. Also, something interesting in this image is that you'll actually see footprints walking away from Spike and Lola, but who could it be? It's actually B. As you can see, one of her bees is following her. What is she doing? Something in black and white. But other than that, we have no idea. Now, I think there's a very good chance that some of the other Broliday skins will be returning back to the shop. In fact, I'm kind of counting on it. And I think we can pretty much guarantee that they'll have some sort of a special where if you have all of the different Broliday skins from the past and the new ones, that you'll actually get a special pin for each of them, right? They've done that before, and I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing with it. As for the new Broliday skins, I'm not entirely sure what they will be, but I'm excited to see what they come up with. I think it was a couple of years we had pirates. I don't remember what it was last year. Somebody in the comment section will let you guys know. Now, as we've had with previous Brolidays, I also think there's a really good chance we're going to see some sort of a seasonal game mode. We've had present plunder for Brolidays in the past 2 years, and they actually made it into a normal game mode. You know, hold the trophy. No, not hold the trophy. It was the other one. Steal the trophy. Was it steal the trophy? I've been working way too long today, okay? I need to go to bed. Somebody will in the comment section will let us know as well. To me, it's always been Present Plunder. Now, because they actually redid Present Plunder, and you'll also remember that we got a different temporary game mode for Brawloween, I think there's a really good chance that we'll actually see a completely different seasonal game mode than we've ever had to play. Then again, maybe they'll bring Present Plunder back. Maybe this will be the winter of summer sports, and we'll see the return of volleyball and basketball, right? Maybe they'll do a new game mode like Siege, where there are presents all over the map, and you actually have to return the presents to your chimney. or something like that. I don't know, whatever they decide to do, I'm sure it'll be fun since Brolidays has yet to disappoint me. Now let's get into the segment of Brawl news I like to call I Stalk Frank on Twitter. Knockout is coming to Mapmaker. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen or if it will even happen this update, but from this reply from Frank on Twitter, it is confirmed that Knockout will come to the Mapmaker eventually. I actually really love Knockout. I think it's super fun, and I'm excited to see what kind of cheese maps people will make with it in the Mapmaker, and maybe we'll actually see some competitive maps. Yeah, maybe we'll see some competitive maps from the Mapmaker. Eventually, we will be able to suggest brawlers in Power League. Frank responded to a tweet asking for a suggested brawler feature in Power League, and he said it was on the to-do list. Again, not sure when it will happen. The fact that it is on the to-do list and he didn't just like say, we'll see someday, makes me think that it probably won't be this update, but it's pretty much guaranteed to happen someday. I don't know about you guys, but I have tried so many different ways to try and communicate with my teammates in Power League, right? So I've tried to, like, you know, swap back and forth between two good brawlers and be like, pick one of these two brawlers, and then they pick like Shelly, or maybe they pick Shelly and I'm like, switch off of Shelly. So I select Shelly and then I swap off to do a different brawler, and I swap back and forth between Shelly and a different brawler. And like, no matter what I do, sometimes it works, but most of the time it just hasn't been effective, right? So I think this is going to be a feature that we can all agree will be very much appreciated once it's no longer on just their to-do list and it's actually in the game, obviously. Now, as I was scrolling through Twitter to find more news to share, I noticed that there was actually quite a few people who misunderstood the club coin system. I saw a lot of people complaining about the prices for things in the club shop because, like, you know, most people got 91 club coins after the first season. And if you only got 91 each season, it would take months just to unlock one skin. Now, fortunately, you're going to be getting a lot more of that because as you climb up in higher club league ranks, you're going to receive an insane amount of club league coins or club coins, right? But that's only if you participate and help your club rank up. The main reason why I bring this up is because Frank mentioned that there will be an in-game chart that will tell you exactly how many club coins you'll be able to earn in future league ranks. And honestly, I think that's going to be really nice because once everybody sees how many club coins are achievable for clubs that are like diamond rank or higher, it's going to motivate a lot more people to actually participate in their clubs. Like Frank said, progress will be boosted by 50% in just a few weeks, and like I have said, it will be more than double in a few months if you are part of an active club who actually does well in Club League. Now, I know a lot of you, including myself, are probably wondering if Supercell is going to make any type of change to gears soon. The fact that the community responded so positively in response to my 100% honest review of the most recent update, I think is an indicator of how necessary a gear progression rework is needed. However, just as I suspected, and I said this in my video, it's looking like we won't be getting any immediate changes to it, okay? When asked about gear changes, Frank let us know that there's just not enough data and that it's too soon to make any big changes for them. Honestly, I think that that is completely reasonable. If Supercell didn't get gears right the first time, you know that they don't want to get it wrong the second time. They want to like really think about it. They want to gather data. They want to have a lot of different ideas. They want to process through everything and come back with a second version of gears that they think is really going to be the best in the long term. I personally hope that they'll really consider the suggestions that I made in my video, but if they do that, it is going to take some time for them to make those changes that I suggested. I know that it's tough and it's really hard to get gears right now, but I think they do deserve a little bit of patience from us when it comes to gears, and honestly, I think they've definitely earned that in my opinion. Now, I also want to mention some pretty cool technical news coming to the game very likely in this next update. Now, before the iPhone 13 came out, the iPad Pro was the only Apple device that supported screen refresh rates of 120 Hz. But the latest iPhones can actually support 120 Hz, and Supercell will make it available for the iPhone 13 most likely in this next update. I don't even know how many times I have said in my videos that having a 120 Hz refresh rate makes such a big difference when gaming. That's one reason why I was so excited to be a partner with OnePlus, because they were the first to do 90 Hz, or at least one of the first, and they were definitely the first to do 120 Hz. And that was such a big thing. By the way, I am no longer partnered with OnePlus. I am still using a OnePlus. I love my OnePlus. This is actually the 7 Pro. I have the 8 Pro as well, but I love it. Like, it's so great, right? Anyway, that's not the point. If you are an iPhone user, I think you're going to be shocked at how much better Brawl Stars can feel when you play it at 120 Hz refresh rate. That's a big reason why I have been promoting phones and devices that are able to do higher refresh rate. It makes a big difference when you're gaming. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't actually think that this will be a very big update. It's too early for another season of the Brawl Pass, and we just had one of the biggest updates in Brawl Stars history with the addition of Gears, Level 11, and Club League. Whether or not we like all of those changes, those were big changes. even though it'll take us a long time to experience a lot of those changes, right? I think that we'll get 1 new brawler, 2 if we're lucky. I'm really hoping for 2. I think we'll get a seasonal game mode and Broliday Skins. And I also think obviously we'll get balance changes since it's been a while since we've had any. But I think that's probably going to be pretty much it. I hope that we'll see some improvements to progression, but I really think Supercell is waiting on players to get into higher club leagues before they'll actually do that. And I think that's because they'll actually want to see how many players are actually joining clubs, right? Then again, maybe they'll actually surprise us with progression improvements in this update and we'll immediately get a little bit of a rebound from the previous update. I really hope that would happen. That would be awesome. Either way though, I really want to know what you guys want in the next update the most, so let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe for more official Brawl Stars sneak peeks as soon as Supercell lets me give them to you. Here are some more Brawl Stars videos right there, and you can subscribe to my Clash Mini channel right there. Don't forget to use code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop, and for now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in the Brawladay's update. Happy Brawladays!